Hey, Taylor, I have something to say to you. I decided to take your boyfriend and make him mine. From today, Liam is officially my boyfriend.
Daisy, what the heck are you talking about? What made you suddenly say all this to me?
Didn't you understand what I said before? Liam is here next to me saying that he wants to become my boyfriend. So from today onwards, that's what he'll be. Since you're such a wise adult, you need to back off, all right?
Are you kidding me right now, Daisy?
I have nothing to kid about. After all, a beautiful woman deserves to be with someone of her own kind. Liam has such a handsome-looking face, and above all that, he's a doctor with a high annual income. Of course, he's the perfect type of guy for me.
Okay, now just hold on a minute, Daisy. Liam is actually next to you and saying all of this? Actually, now that I think about it, I wasn't able to get in contact with him yesterday. You're not telling me that you both got together yesterday and decided on this.
Well, yes, we meet up yesterday, but we've been together basically all of this week. We started to living together in his room, actually.
You're already living together? Don't you know that he's my fiancé? We had already promised each other that we were going to get married and plan a ceremony for next year. And now he turns around and says he wants to become your boyfriend? What do you mean that you've been living together since this week?
No matter what you promise to each other, it no longer matters. Liam doesn't want to be with you anymore. He doesn't even like you. And that he wants to date me instead.
What the heck is going on here? Daisy, are you for real?
Well, I think that any man would choose me over you. Who would want to date the sister who was always too serious and super ugly over the young and beautiful younger sister anyways? That's why he chose to be with me, because I'm hot, and well, you're not.
What, are you just messing with my head right now? Could it really be that my fiancé was stolen away by my own younger sister?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. Stop trying to marry such a good and handsome man when you're so ugly and don't deserve someone like that. It's such a waste for you to have someone like Liam. Oh, that's right. Should I take this opportunity to introduce a suitable man to you, big sister?
I don't need you to do anything like that.
Oh, come on now. Don't say things like that. I know an ugly guy that would be perfect for you. However, it's my ex-boyfriend.
Are you kidding me, Daisy?
No, I'll give you my ex-boyfriend, William. He's ugly and not my type at all, so I can give him to you. But he does have a lot of money. He's an elite member of a pretty large company, so his annual income is good. That's why I put up with him for so long and continue dating him. But I don't need him anymore.
You didn't need him, but dated him anyways. And now you go ahead and steal my fiancé, and he let you? How could you just treat someone like that by dragging them along and giving the poor guy false hope? What you've done is the worst thing I can possibly think of.
I don't really care what I do to the boyfriends I have. I do whatever I want. I only ever saw William as an ATM. He was just my bank. Then I thought, is there a man out there that can give me more money than William and that's more handsome? So, of course, I switched it up really quickly so I could get what I want.
I feel so bad for your ex-boyfriend, who I never got to meet. I can't believe a girlfriend like you would think to do that.
If you feel so sorry for him, then why don't you just go and comfort him, huh? I mean, why don't you both get married already, since you're both ugly and would go well together?
Get married to a stranger? Have you gone mad?
You know, I heard something from Liam, actually, that you want to have a child really soon. Is that right? And then, just when you're about to get married to Liam, I swoop in and steal him away and take so much opportunities. Oops. Even if you were to go out and find a man right now, it would be a ticking time bomb since you're 30 years old. There's absolutely no men on this planet who would want to marry such an old woman like you and have children with her. So, why don't you marry my ex-boyfriend as soon as possible?
Wow, Daisy. Thank you for your excellent advice in my love life. You know, I never thought the person who would ruin my potential marriage to someone would be so kind to me.
Whoa. Now, why are you getting so aggro at me, Taylor? I'm literally giving you William so that I can have your doctor fiancé. He's all mine now. There would be no problems in exchanging boyfriends now, would there?
I guess not. Fine. I guess I'll go ahead and marry William. If that's what you want so bad, then fine. I'll give you what you want. What do you think of that?
Wow, really? Are you serious? That's actually hilarious. I never expected my oh-so-serious older sister would come along for the ride. Well then, I'll give William all of your contact details later, and we can go on with our lives.
Hello, is this Taylor? I'm William, Daisy's ex-boyfriend. She gave me your number. Is it true that you want to marry me? Or is this some kind of practical joke? Daisy told me to contact you about wanting to get married and that sort of thing.
Oh, hello, William. It is nice to meet you, I guess. I'm so sorry about my stupid sister. She can really be such a pain in the butt. I mean, I've had to live with her my whole life, so I know what I'm talking about. Whilst Daisy was dating you, she was dating my fiancé and thinks it would be a great idea to swap partners. Why, I don't know.
You're fine. There's no need to apologize to me about any of this. Besides, I was fully aware that I was being treated like an ATM. I always thought that something like this would happen someday. I never expected that Daisy's sister would say that she wanted to go out with me. Is this some kind of practical joke?
Well, it definitely wasn't a joke. I was being serious about that.
Whoa, what? Really? I mean, that is actually all just news that I'm hearing for the first time ever.
Yeah, I don't know why it happened this way. I'm sorry. I know that this probably isn't how you wanted things to go down either. But sometimes, I guess life just throws a curveball at you, huh? I don't know. I guess it just goes to show that you can never really know what's going to happen from one day to the next. I was actually joking. Or rather, the words just kind of slipped out of my mouth. I was so angry at my sister's attitude towards me. I mean, she is really just such a selfish jerk. I can honestly hardly even believe that someone like her really exists. I was shocked about all the cheating that's been going on, and I was so confused about a lot of other things. Then I just said that I would marry you instead of my ex. I know it's kind of crazy, but I guess that I was just so upset with the way she was talking to me and treating me. I guess I just kind of saw red and said the first thing that came to my mind, you know? I just wanted to get married to someone as soon as possible and just be happy again.
Oh, okay, so that's what you meant by wanting to marry me. I completely understand how you feel about that. I also just want to be happy again and forget what those two horrible people have done to me.
For sure. That's totally understandable. I feel the same way.
I'm also desperately wanting to forget the shock of being dumped in, quick. They say that the way to forget a crappy breakup is to find another love. Is that right? And that's why I go to a lot of matchmaking parties, but I just keep going around in circles and it's not great.
But isn't it amazing how those sorts of parties can work out for people wanting to find love? I also want to get married soon and have children, so I want to work hard to do that.
Oh, wow, so you're in quite a rush to have a child, huh? I actually had no idea about that at all. I don't think your sister ever mentioned anything like that to me at all.
Well, actually, when I was little, it was a constant dream of mine to be a mother one day. I want to give birth and have a loving and happy family by my side.
That's great news. I had the same dream as well. When I was a little boy, I dreamed of being a father. I wanted a wife and child that I could take care of and support with being in that father role. But when you say something like that at a matchmaking party, I kept hearing things like, "You're the type of guy who will push childbearing duties onto the wife."
Really? That's so not true. I think your dream is wonderful.
Wow, that's the first time someone has said something like that to me. Okay, Taylor, would you want to get married to me? That's if you don't mind. Wait, no, it doesn't seem right to suddenly get married, does it? What do you think of getting married without having dated or even met? This is the first time I met someone whose values about marriage have been really close to mine. Although we were both rejected by our exes, I think we do have some sort of connection.
That's certainly true, but I think it's fine. We're both looking for our next partner in life.
Well, I was dating your little sister, so please rest assured that I have no physical connection to her anymore. After all, she did treat me like an ATM and wasn't doing anything that a typical lover would do for their partner.
Really? She didn't take care of you?
I loved her so much, so I just contributed a lot to the relationship, whilst maybe she didn't as much. Like when we go out on a date, she wouldn't even hold hands or touch me at all, and I think it's because I didn't feel good being around her and being on edge all the time. We didn't do anything that typical couples would do. We never even stayed at each other's house overnight.
How could a girl be so cruel to someone she's supposed to be in love with? But on the contrary, I'm relieved you got out of it. I think we'll have fun going out together, William. I really do.
Oh, okay. So, would you like to go out with me sometime? I'm sorry it's odd to ask you out even though we haven't really met face to face yet.
Well, yeah, come to think of it, no, we haven't met before. But it's okay. I mean, through this messaging alone, I think you're a really honest and respectable guy. I'm looking forward to meeting you, William.
You're actually dating William, aren't you? That's so insane to me. And it's so funny that you're actually married to him now. I couldn't stop laughing when I heard the story from Mom earlier.
Well, at the time, you said that I should get married to William. What's wrong with taking your word literally and doing that?
Oh my god, my stomach hurts from laughing so much. But I think you both look really great together, even though you're both ugly. Without a doubt, you can definitely have children now. But if the parents are ugly, then the children will definitely be ugly too. I feel so sorry already for them.
Actually, Daisy, I'm already pregnant. That's why we decided to get married really soon. It's for the purpose of having a baby.
I knew it! You're already pregnant with your ugly child!
Well, William and I are joining forces as we want to be happy together. So don't even think about getting involved with us ever again. Even when my child is born, we aren't letting you meet it. I've explained the situation to our parents, and William doesn't want to see you either.
Oh, I see. Do what you like, Taylor. Besides, I'm going to end way happier than you both will ever be. Even if an ugly person gets married and has children, he can't beat a life of a beautiful woman like me. It's about time for me to get married to Liam and live a happy life like I'm a celebrity.
Wow. You're still having an affair with him, I see.
Naturally. Of course I am. There's no way I'd miss out on a good-looking doctor with a high income. I will definitely be wanting to marry Liam. And I can enjoy my life as a celebrity in the luxury apartment of my dreams. A new mansion just opened near the airport in that fancy suburb. I'm so excited that I'll be able to see it soon.
Huh? Did you say near the airport?
A super high-end tower apartment with a gym and a beauty salon recently opened. I said to Liam that I wanted to live there, and he replied that that would be the perfect place for us. Isn't that sweet? I'm sure he's preparing to buy it now and keep it a secret from me.
I hate to break it to you, little sister, but we already live in that apartment you wanted.
Wait, what?
So, it's a bit late to start preparing yourself to live there, isn't it? I heard that all the rooms in the building are sold out.
No way. You're kidding me, right? Now, just hang on a minute there, Taylor. How the heck are you and William able to afford to live in a luxury apartment like that? You can't just live there if you aren't a wealthy person that works for a big company. You and ugly William would never be able to afford the rent for a place like that.
Didn't you know that William is the heir of a real estate tycoon?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? This is the first time that I'm hearing about any of this. Are you really trying to tell me that I didn't even know who my own fiancé was? Do you really think I'm just going to believe you like that?
Actually, I didn't buy it in the first place. William got it from a real estate agent who manages the luxury apartments, you see.
Wait, what? That's how he got it? The luxury apartment? And what do you mean that he's the heir of a real estate tycoon? What did you say about that earlier? You never followed up on that one detail that I said I hadn't heard of before. I had no idea about any of that before now, so I want you to tell me what in the world is that you're talking about, because I had no idea about any of that until now. And I have to say that if what you're trying to tell me in these text messages is actually really indeed true, then that is just crazy.
Well, I'm only just telling you the truth, Daisy, okay? I mean, what would I have to gain from lying to you about this, right? Why would I even think of doing something like that? Does that really sound like me? You know that isn't something that I would actually lie about, right? Apparently, William's family have been in the real estate business for generations. His ancestors owned large pieces of land.
And what's that got to do with it? I don't understand what that fact that you just told me has anything to do with the situation that I'm talking about with you now. You better explain to me how one of those things has anything to do with the other, because things just aren't adding up for me at all with the information that you're giving me.
Well, when they built that luxury apartment block near the airport, it seemed that the management company asked his family to sell the land and cooperate with them on the project.
But that's not fair. I had no idea that his family were so well off.
Well, you should have done your homework before you decided to go and run off with my fiancé. He doesn't make as much as you think he does. He's good and making things bigger than they actually are.
But he was so convincing. This just isn't fair. William was my boyfriend first. I should be with him. Please, call the marriage off with him. I deserve all the nice things in life.
Don't you get it, Daisy? You're so dim sometimes. William doesn't want anything to do with you, period. Stay away from him, and stay away from me for that matter. You screwed me over and him as well. If you come anywhere near us, we'll involve the authorities. Good luck with your own life. Goodbye forever.
But you can't just cut me off like that. I basically handed you William. I need him back so I can get the things I want. This is not over. Get back here and reply to me. This is so not fair.
After that, our child was born safe and well. Our little family is living happily and peacefully together. Rumor has it that Daisy thinks she'll be more happier than her older sister. Due to William's kindness, he's at a much higher level of man than Liam ever was. It seems like Liam was playing around with his money and letting it speak for him. He was thinning on top of his head, and his number of girlfriends decreased. Lately, he's been spending most of his nights alone. Daisy moved to another city after feeling embarrassed about being cut off by her parents. She spends a lot of her time trying to earn money to stay afloat.
Oh man, I'm finally off the plane. What a long flight. But at least I'm finally on my way to the hotel for my business trip.
Well, it sounds to me like you've had quite the busy day today. And to think that you got stuck in that airport for hours because of that last-minute delay.
Yeah, I really didn't see that one coming. And man, did it take forever to finally get that plane sorted again. There were people starting to get really pissed at the people by the check-in desk. And a bunch of crying kids and stuff too. It was a real mess. I'm just glad that I survived a day like today. Wouldn't you say, Hanny?
Hanny? Where did that come from?
What do you think? It's a nickname that I came up with for you while I was up in the air. I think it's pretty good if you ask me. The truth is that I just had way too much time on my hands. The Wi-Fi wasn't even working on the flight.
I see. Well, I guess I am happy that what you do in your free time is think of names for me.
Oh, well, I'm just so glad that you don't mind me calling you that then, Hanny. But just know that I'm the only one who should be allowed to call you that. And you better not let any other men call you something similar, got it?
Well, of course. What other men would I even know who would want to call me something like that?
I'm just saying that you're on mine, you know that? You're my Hanny. Just know that even when I was locked in that hunk of metal flying across the sky, that I was still just thinking about you the whole time. I really do wish I could have brought you along on this trip with me. I've been thinking a lot about how long it's been since you and I were last able to go on a fun trip together.
Oh, John. Stop it. Have you really been thinking of me that much? You're going to make me blush, you know.
Well, we just need to wait a little bit longer, and then I'm finally going to divorce that lousy wife of mine. And then you and I can finally be together as man and wife.
Hold on a second. You're going to divorce your wife?
Of course I am. You didn't think that her and I were going to stay together forever, right? Besides, I really am getting sick of having to deal with that old hag. You're the only one that I want to spend my life with now, Hanny.
Well, while I really appreciate your feelings, I'm not sure that we should be talking about your wife like this.
Oh, come on. Do you mean that you're really going to pity her more than you do me? Sure, she was pretty once, but now she's just a washed-up old hag. It's like she tricked me into marrying her, and the second we were wed, she started to let herself go. I thought that she was going to be pretty forever. But at least now with someone as pretty as you.
Oh, stop it. You don't need to say those things about me.
But I mean it. I think that you're just so gorgeous, and I feel so happy that you and I ended up together. It really is true. In fact, I want you to know that one of the reasons why I'm working so hard is so that I can marry you one day. In fact, our 3rd anniversary with my wife is coming up, and I was thinking, that's the day that I want to leave her and marry you. Anyways, I'm about to reach my hotel now, so I'll have to get all my things and start checking in. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know how much I miss you.
Hey, Hannah, are you there? I'm really sorry to message you suddenly like this, but do you have a moment to chat?
Oh, hey there, Fiona. I'm actually just a little bit busy right now. But when I finish with what I'm doing here, I'll be glad to talk to you.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that you were busy. I guess that it must be the busy season for your office then, right?
No, it's not a work thing that I'm busy with, actually. I just have a lot that I need to think about.
You have things you need to think about. This wouldn't happen to be about my son's affair, would it?
Wait, what? I don't get it. How did you find out about this?
Ah, I knew it. And let me guess. You've been getting some kind of strange texts from my son as well. Is that right? He's probably said something about some kind of strange nickname. Isn't that right?
Hold on a second. You mean that you even know the name of the woman he's seeing? I don't understand. How did you figure all of this out?
Well, the truth of the matter is that I had a little something done to John's phone not that long ago.
You had something done to his phone? But what does that mean?
Well, you know how John left for his business trip today, don't you? He actually stopped by my house just a little bit before going to the airport.
Oh, yes. I think he mentioned something about going to see you before his flight was supposed to leave.
And anyways, that son of mine still has a bunch of things at my house. Now I know that there's many reasons for why that is. But anyways, while he was messing around with some of his boxes, I happened to see a strange text come to his from a girl named Hannah. And I just knew when I saw that text that I was looking at something that he didn't want me to see. And anyways, I just know that he's seeing another woman.
I don't believe it. Please tell me that this isn't true.
I'm afraid it is. Although I was so upset that while I was on John's phone, I blocked this Hannah girl's number.
Hold on a second. You did what?
Oh, that's not all I did. I also took photos of the text that I had proof of what he was doing. Just think of how let down I was when I realized what John was doing. I agree that I got quite mad, but it's true. I went on his phone and I blocked this Hannah woman's number.
I see. Well, I didn't want to say anything without proof, but things have been pretty strained for John and I.
But then I had another idea. Instead of having this other woman's number be blocked, I switched out her number with yours instead.
Hold on a second. You did what now? Are you kidding me?
No, it's no lie. I made it so that when he thought he was texting this other woman of his, he would actually be texting you instead. I made it so that he'd never notice what he was doing at all.
Oh, I see. That explains those weird texts that he was sending to me earlier then. Fiona, I have to say, I think that you've really outdone yourself.
Well, like I said, I saw those messages coming in on his phone and I just kinda saw red. I'm really sorry to have done that without telling you first, though. But I just couldn't think of what else to do, and I knew that I had limited time. And I just knew that if I did this, then there was a chance that he would send you all the evidence that he needed.
Well, I don't think that you have anything you need to apologize for. I mean, the truth is that I was quite sure that John was cheating on me this whole time.
But I bet you were surprised to get those kinds of texts from John. Texts that were meant for the woman he was cheating on you with. I wish I could have told you all of this faster, before that happened.
Oh, it's true. I was surprised, and I just kind of played along with what he was saying. And to be honest, now that I know the full situation, I think that we could have some fun with this.
Wait. Really? Just what do you have in mind?
I think that I need a little more time to think about this. But I take it that this means he doesn't realize you know that he's having an affair, right? So if he still hasn't realized that you've switched out the numbers, then I think this means we can get even more evidence of what he's done. I don't know, this is kind of exciting. It's like some kind of spy novel or something.
Well, I guess it kind of is when you put it that way. And I'll be sure to send you the pictures that I took of his messages earlier today, okay?
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all your help in this, Fiona.
Hey there, Hanny. I just wanted to let you know that I'm finally getting back from my business trip. But I was thinking about stopping by your place first. I have many gifts that I brought for you while I was away.
Oh, really? You did? Oh, sweetie, that's amazing. I'm so excited.
Well, if you're really that happy, then I'm happy. Maybe I'll even give you all the stuff I got from my wife, too.
Are you sure about that? You really want me to have all of that, too? I just don't want your wife to get mad at you when you come back.
Oh, she won't care one bit if I don't bring her anything. Besides, an old hag like that doesn't deserve to get gifts from me. You know, the whole time that I've been away on my trip, she hasn't messaged me even one time to check up on me. She really is just the worst wife a man could ask for.
Well, don't you think that she might have been just a bit busy, do you? Maybe she didn't have time to message you.
Yeah, no. It is for sure not that. I mean, all that woman does is work and raise a kid. She should have plenty of time to message me too. She's just another mom waiting at home for her husband to come back. So I seriously doubt that she was too busy to send even one message to me. And if she really was that busy with working the kid, then that just goes to show how bad she is at doing those things.
Oh, come on, John. Don't you think you're being just a little unfair? I'm sure your wife works hard.
Oh, Hanny, you really are such a sweetie. Do you know that? I mean, you don't need to say a single thing about my wife, and yet you're trying to stand up for her. I really am lucky to be with an angel like you.
You really think that I'm an angel? Oh, John, you know just what to say. Do you know that?
I just wish that I could have met you before I met Fiona. I still think it's so funny how close your names are. Oh, and by the way, I was wondering if I could spend the night at your place tonight. I have the spare key that you gave me, so I can just head straight there.
Are you really sure about that? I mean, I would think that you should go home to your wife the first night that you're back from your trip, right?
Nah, I'll just lie until it'll get pushed back a day or something like that. Besides, it's not often I get to go to your place. I'll just tell Fiona some silly thing like the plane got delayed and they had to put me up in a hotel for an extra night. Although if I had my way, I would just always be going home to you.
Oh, you really are so sweet. Do you know that? But we're not even married yet.
I know, but one day we will be. And then we can finally have the life that we wanted. And then you and I can finally move in together and have our happily ever after.
You mean that you're really going to do it? You're finally going to divorce her? Oh, I'm sure she'll be shocked by that.
I don't care at all how she feels about it. I am sick and tired of living with that woman when I have you in my life now. I'm going to break up with that old hag, and then you and I are finally going to get married. Maybe I should just text her that I want a divorce right now.
You really think you can pull that kind of crap with me, mister?
Wait, what?
I mean that I am seriously at my breaking point with you. And it's not Hanny, John. It's your wife, Hannah. You've been talking to me this entire time that you thought you were talking to Hannah.
Wait, what? What do you mean? I don't understand. What's going on here? What is this?
Are you really going to make me type out the exact thing that I just told you right now? But anyways, I understand exactly where you're coming from now. We can get a divorce. That's just fine with me. In fact, I already have my half of the paperwork signed. All you have to do is sign your half.
But this doesn't make any sense. How could this be happening? I mean, I thought I was texting Hannah, but I'm actually texting Fiona?
That's right. And for one brief second, I actually thought that you would come up with a nickname for me. But you weren't even creative enough to find a woman with a different name from me.
No, this can't be happening. So then, you're really Fiona? Like, my wife Fiona? This doesn't make any sense at all. I thought I was texting Hannah. It's how she saved in my contacts. What is going on here? How did all this happen?
Well, I suppose that you just didn't notice. But if you were to open the contact information that you have for Hannah, you'll see that my number is in there instead. And that's why you've been messaging me this whole time. In fact, you've been messaging me instead of Hannah ever since you left for your business trip.
What? You mean that I've been texting you for the past 4 days? This can't be happening. I thought that I was texting Hannah. I was waiting for you to text me.
But I was texting you. And you should really be ashamed of yourself. Do you know that? I mean, to tell this other woman of yours that I never messaged you? To think that you were going to give her all the gifts you had bought me? To complain to her that all I do for you is work and take care of the kids, as if that isn't already a lot? You just really made up a sad little sob story to tell this woman, didn't you?
But that isn't fair. I thought that I was talking to Hannah. You can't use all of this against me.
And just why can't I do that, huh? Anyways, I know that this Hannah you've been talking to is a woman that works at your office, right? Were you really going to try and end our marriage on our 3rd anniversary? I really am let down in you.
I don't get it. I don't get how you found out. I thought that I was doing so well hiding it from you.
But this is good now, don't you think? I mean, now that I know how you feel, we can get divorced just like you wanted. And then you can go and get married to this Hannah girl. Just like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is what I'm going to do, but you weren't supposed to find out that I was cheating on you.
You mean that you were just going to leave me for this other woman all of a sudden and expect me not to guess that you were cheating? Or were you just trying to hide it so that you didn't have to pay for a potential lawsuit against you both? And don't forget about the child support, too. I guess I can actually see why you would want to try and hide all of this from me after all.
Okay, fine. If it's money you want, then I can pay you, okay? I'll pay for the affair, I'll pay child support. I'll pay all of it. Let's just get divorced and be done with this already.
Ha! And just who do you think you are taking that kind of tone with me? You don't get to brush off your affair like it's nothing.
Well, you already know about it, so I don't see what else there is to say about it. If all you're going to do is lecture me, then let's just get this over with. You know, it's exactly because you act this way that I wanted to cheat on you in the first place. You're always trying to embarrass me. I fell out of love with you, and now I love Hannah with all my heart. So let's do this. Let's get divorced so I can finally marry the woman that I want to.
You really are the worst. Do you know that? And just how are you going to tell this to your parents?
What are you talking about? My mom is going to be thrilled when she sees how gorgeous Hannah is. Do you want a divorce? Let's do this. But I would start packing up your bags now.
After that, John came home with a triumphant look on his face, ready to divorce me and leave me far behind. But what he didn't expect was his mother to be waiting at home there to support me. Not only did she lay into John for lying to me and betraying me, she also told me that she had sent the evidence we had of his affair to the office. John was furious, as he knew that office romances were against company policy. She also explained all about her role in helping me learn that he had been cheating on me. John was left speechless, and soon he was informed from his boss that he and Hannah were being let go. Though since he had already signed the divorce papers, he not only had to pay for the affair, but child support as well. Meanwhile, I packed up my things and took me and my child to my parents' house for the time being. As I try and get back on my feet and adjust to the single life, I heard that John and Hannah didn't break up, but both had to scramble to find jobs and are currently living in a cramped apartment room. I've heard through the grapevine that the once happy couple can now be heard shouting loudly at each other through the thin walls of their apartment building. But I just tell myself that this is exactly what John wanted, and have decided to move on with my life. I've since found a new job and was able to buy a good house in a nice area near a good school for my son. I think I'll be happy as long as I never have to deal with John ever again.